Tucker Whitman. Andy Dennison. Andy Dennison.
Sorry, I didn't hear you here.
Ben Vitale.
Lattimore won't shut up.
Chris Petras.
Here.
Paul Pinkney.
Here.
Aileen McNabb Coleman. Keith Batman.
Here.
Joe DeForest. Charlie Ripley.
Present.
Joseph Bennett.
Here.
Elaine Daly.
Here.
Timothy Lattimore.
Where did he disappear to?
He's
In the
somewhere.
hallway.
He's right there.
Michael Didio.
We got a better deal.
He's here. Ryan Foley. Pat Mahonick.
Here. No, I don't think so. Please stand for the pledge, followed by a moment of silent prayer.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Oh, did you?
Oh, I switched him.
All right, so we have five resolutions to come before us tonight. We'll start off with Ledge 1, appointing an acting county attorney.
Move it. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Mr. Palermo, can you please come forward? Judge Leone?
Come on up. I, Christopher Palermo,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of county attorney
of the office of county attorney according to the very best of my ability. So help me God.
Chris, you gotta sign the bill. I need a
Just sign right there.
Take care of it.
Good, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. A few words. The girl that was sitting in your seat, Mr. Ledford, was born while I was sitting in Mr. Pinkney's seat. Beautiful.
Thanks for your help.
Congrats, Chris. Congratulations, Mr. Palermo. Moving on to Ledge 2, setting the salary range for county attorney and authorization to advertise for the position.
Move it.
Second.
Discussion. Not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ledge 2 is carried. Ledge 3, fixing the day and notice of a public hearing on a local law setting the salary for the county attorney appointed for a fixed term during their term.
Move it. Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. Ledge 4, authorizing the Director of Community Services to temporarily retain outside counsel.
Move it.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Someone's got to ask a legal question.
Okay. Okay, why?
Ledge 5, renewal of electric and gas agreements with New Wave Energy Corporation.
Move it. Second.
Discussion. Mr. Lattimore.
It's nice to see that the last time this was bid a couple of years ago, that we had the provisions put in for the extension. Capusa was involved with getting these energy rates, and I know I've asked Justin to see whether or not Seneca County might be able to come in, but did you have any discussion with Mitch?
I exchanged some communications with them, but we haven't discussed whether, I think they're still under contract, but we'll look to see if they can piggyback on this with us.
So this is a one-year extension, right?
So this is proposed as a 2-year gas contract to lock in the price. It's a 1-year electric contract with our option to renew at the same rate. So what that does is it gives us the ability by October 1st next year to opt to stay in. And if the Abundant project does come to fruition and is online in 2019, then we can opt out and go with the cheaper power. But if it's not online and ready, then we'll re-up with this for 1 more year.
Further discussion? Mr. Dennison?
Is this our only option, or is there other, farm it out to other options too?
Sure. There was an RFP done 2 years ago when they put this out to bid, so it's within the time frame that we can extend it without going back out to bid. We did, as we discussed in the shared services plan, get a proposal from Mega. Mega came in with a lower electric rate and a higher gas rate. New Wave came in and said they had a significantly lower gas rate, and then came in and lowered their electric rate to, Gary, was it at or slightly below? They matched Mega's electric rate. So they had the lower gas rate, they matched the electric rate, and then we brought the resolution forward. The current contracts expire December 31st.
Do they set the term lengths?
No, well, we negotiated that with them. They offered us 1 or 2 years. So I asked them for the option, for us to exercise the option next year. So we're able to get out if we have the chance to get the lower solar power, or we can stay in if that project's not available.
Mr. Foley?
Yeah, Justin, you said that it expires December 31st, but it's on the agenda for tonight. It could just as easily go through committee for November. What was the thought process behind making it for tonight?
The thought process was that they told us that that our quotes weren't locked in, so that up until you sign them, your quotes aren't good. They give you the quotes for X amount of time, and there was a meeting coming up. We had the opportunity to present it to the legislature, so we sought to advance it.
Mr. Lattimore?
Unlike a lot of our purchases, this one is very market-driven, and day-to-day, it could go completely the other way against us, but because of the hot summer that we had, there was a lot of gas use, and the reserves are down, so I think it's a good thing that we go today instead of waiting a month.
Mr. Foley?
I heard Justin's response. I'm still unclear. It doesn't appear anything is going to change with this contract or the rates if it is allowed to go through the committee system that we have in place for this legislature for the next month. I mean, I understand we can take it up tonight and that's fine, but we have a process for these things, and it doesn't seem like there's any issue with it going through another month, if I'm hearing Justin correctly.
Well, I don't think you did hear me correctly. What I said was that the bid that we had was only good for a period of time, and
Period.
Gary, what was the timeline that he said that if we sign?
Basically what he said to me was as soon as possible. I told him we had a meeting at the end of the month, and he said things could change by the end of the month. They could go up, they could go down. The trends are right now to go up, particularly when you're heading into the winter months. If you look at last year's gas price, it spiked in January and February and March, and then came back down. If we don't lock it in now, I'm very concerned that we're going to lose. I did run it by John Montone, because he's more knowledgeable than I am about it. He felt that we should lock in as soon as possible.
And then,
Lattimore.
Reserves are at a 5-year low right now, is what you're saying. I did what research I could on the internet, looking at trends and all that, and it makes me very nervous. We could go either way, but chances are it's going to go the wrong way.
And they said
Mr. Lattimore.
Mr. Chairman, the reserves in the ground are very low, and the amount of piping to get those reserves back up, they don't have the capacity in the pipelines to get the gas back up. And I think we've given the chair in the past the authority to move on these things quicker than to wait for committee. I think that you have the power as the chair to lock that in.
Place it on the agenda for discussion. Mr. Whitman, and then Mr. Babbitt.
Just to Foley's point, I understand his concern. Justin did contact me about this, and I was comfortable with it. Skipping committee and coming to this meeting, I felt like it was a responsible thing to do with the taxpayers' money. I think we got a decent deal in front of us, and anything could change before it makes it through the next committee cycle.
Mr. Babbitt.
So so that I'm totally clear, because I think I heard correctly, is that the period that this is locked in is such that if we do wait to go through committee, vote at the end of the month, the price could in fact go up. It's the judgment of those that know something about this, which would not be me, that it's likely that if the price goes anywhere, it's going to be up and not down.
Correct.
So that's the likelihood.
That's what we've been advised.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I thought that's what I heard, but I just want to make sure.
Further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That is carried. And that is a wrap, correct?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Wait, you didn't ask opposed. I want to oppose.
Are you opposed?
I'm opposed.
Got to oppose something tonight.